Is there a Wilder message?
Yeah, the Wilder message is don't bore. Don't bore people, which is a very, very difficult thing. Don't. If you have anything worthwhile saying, better be very sure that it is wrapped in chocolate, so they will swallow it.
Good advice. That was Billy Wilder, who had plenty to say during his half-century in the movie business as a writer-director. Sunset Boulevard, perhaps his most celebrated film, was released 75 years ago this month by our sister studio, Paramount Pictures. It's routinely found on lists of the greatest motion pictures ever made. And to mark the diamond anniversary of this Hollywood classic, we spoke with film historian David Lubin.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Iconic in delivery, it's one of cinema's most often quoted lines. Part of a darkly satirical salute to Hollywood's golden age.
You see, the body of a young man was found floating in the pool of her mansion.
They gave away its ending at the very beginning.
The first thing you see is the title of the movie, but stenciled on a curb, on a gutter. You see dead leaves. It's very foreshadowing of the whole movie. It's not an idealizing view of Hollywood, but it's a street view.
And remember, darling, I don't...
Author David Lubin has long been fascinated by the 1950 classic. And in his new book, Ready for My Close-Up, he explains why. And credits not just its stars, the legendary Gloria Swanson and soon-to-be screen idol William Holden, but the team behind the camera.
Billy Wilder started making films in silent period in Germany, and then he had to flee the Nazis. He couldn't speak English. So it was hard to be a screenwriter in Hollywood when you can't speak the language.
I would say so, right?
We was partnered with a man named Charles Brackett, who was his exact opposite in every way. Wilder's bitterness and Brackett's sweetness combined to make this film of sort of transcendent honesty.
After being paired by a Paramount executive in 1936, Brackett and Wilder became known as the happiest couple in Hollywood, collaborating on a string of hits.
Comrade, I've been fascinated by your 5-year plan for the last 15 years.
Your type will soon be extinct.
With 3 Oscar wins and nearly a dozen nominations between them during the late 30s and 40s.
And William Wilder left and Charles Brackett win for the best screenplay. Again, the law.
But as the 50s approached, the partnership had run its course. They decided Sunset Boulevard would be their final collaboration. By then, the younger, more bewitching Wilder was receiving more attention from the public as a director.
During the 1950s, a lot of people said, oh, he's too negative. There was a sense in which America is becoming a land of make-believe, of delusions. And he was very critical of that mindset.
Well, he was forward-thinking, wasn't he?
Even though the film is 75 years old, if you watch it today, it's like shockingly about today, about the society we live in right now.
I want to talk to you for a minute.
Not now, my dear. I'm playing 3-note trump.
Sunset Boulevard stunned audiences back then, too, with its May-December coupling of struggling writer Joe Gillis.
You really gonna send that script to DeMille?
And fallen silent screen queen Norma Desmond.
It used to be big.
I am big. It's the pictures that got small.
Playing to type, the decision to cast one of Paramount Pictures' first stars as the deranged diva proved brilliant.
How big was she at the height of her fame?
This is back in 1925, 26. She was regarded as the most photographed woman in the world, the most famous woman in the world, and the most highly paid woman in the world. In Japan and Asia, people were screening her movies and women were changing their hairstyles to look like her.
The screen's first lovely lady of the bath, Gloria Swanson.
When talkies began to overtake silent films, Swanson's screen time languished, and she left Hollywood for the Big Apple. But when the studio came calling again a decade later, she couldn't say no to what became her most famous role yet, a character she sometimes struggled to get away from.
That idiot, he forgot to fill my cigarette case.
I mean, a lot of people, are frightened of me. Oh, you have no idea. They thought I was Norma Desmond. I'd enter a room and I'm sure they expected me to bite them.
Norma, you don't want me to feel that I'm locked up in this house.
Of course not, Joe. It's just that I don't want to be left alone. Not while I'm under this terrible strain. My nerves are being torn to shreds.
She was really brave to allow herself to be shown this way that makes her look like a gargoyle, makes her look like a monster. And I think that's part of the greatness of her role, is that it was offered to other actresses first, but no woman wanted to appear that negatively in a movie. And she said, bring it on.
Lubin argues Swanson's performance wasn't just bold, it predicted the future.
Norma Desmond is like the prototype of the modern person, not the modern woman, but the modern human being who is afraid of aging, who wants to do everything they can to stay young or to appear to stay young longer. In 1950, it was seen as an aberration or eccentricity to be concerned with stopping aging. Today, it's how we live.
The story continues to influence the way we entertain, thanks in large part to its most recent iteration, a Tony Award-winning stage adaptation.
To the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Sunset Boulevard is also said to be a favorite of our 47th president, Donald Trump.
Why do you think Trump has cited this as one of his favorite movies?
Well, Trump's identifies with Norma Desmond. And so when Norma, who's determined to get back on the screen, says,
Haven't they got any eyes? Have they forgotten what a star looks like? I'll show them. I'll be up there again, so help me.
I think Trump loves that kind of determination of somebody. We all do as audiences. We love the person who's going to fight all odds to come back.
Yeah, we do love a comeback.
We do love a comeback. Whatever you think of it, Trump is a comeback story.
The audience left 20 years ago. Now face it.
That's a lie. They still want me.
No, they don't.
Why is this such a great comeback for Gloria Swanson?
Well, there's no other case in Hollywood where somebody had been retired from the business for 15 years and then makes a movie again, and it's a world-famous movie.
I just want to tell you all how happy I am to be back in the studio, making a picture again.
She took a famous role and created a great work of art out of it. That's an extraordinary story, and that has not happened previously or since.
I actually had never seen Sunset Boulevard all the way through, bits and pieces, and I tell you, it was mesmerizing to watch it all the way through. There was one point of contention with David that I made, and I told him, I said, I know I'm going to come to this later, but that point that he made about nobody since has done what she did, and arguably you could debate it, but I would say Sean Connery, Jessica Tandy, Winona Ryder, all three of them
different stages,
had
certainly,
comebacks
yep.
like that, and we do love one.